Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to play Rukh. Rukh is a caster that relies heavily on item usage, skill shot accuracy, combos, and positioning. Rukh's passive is called Explosive Rain and causes your Rush and Fury abilities to apply a stackable buff on your character. Once your passive is stacked 3 times, it will explode, dealing damage immediately and causing a burn effect, dealing additional damage over the next 3 seconds. It's a good thing to note that you can't stack your passive while taking damage, so getting the jump on your enemies is extremely important. Rush moves the caster forward, dealing a base amount of damage plus 55% of your magical power to all enemies hit. Fury can be activated twice. With the first activation, it will increase your movement speed by 40% for 2 seconds, and also deals a base amount of damage plus 50% of your magical power to targets you hit. Fury can be activated again, dealing a larger amount of damage plus 80% of your magical power, and decreasing the movement speed of enemies hit by 40% for 2 seconds. Flame Sphere summons a gem to this target area, dealing damage immediately to the target's hit. The gem will last for 2 seconds and can be destroyed by hitting it with a skill. Once destroyed, it applies a shield that blocks a base amount of damage plus 60% of your magical power, and deals a base amount of damage plus 55% of your magical power to surrounding enemies, throwing them into the air and stunning them for a short duration. Hitting the gem with an ability will also reset the cooldown of Rush. Rukh's ultimate is Flaming Strikes, which is a channeled ability that causes Rukh to hit the ground 5 times over 2 seconds. Each hit deals a base amount of damage plus 60% of your magical power, lifting enemies into the air and shielding Rukh for a base amount plus 90% of his magical power. While this ability is channeled, enemies in range are slowed by 50%. Now that we've gone over Rukh's abilities, let's talk about how we can use them effectively. Because hitting Flame Sphere with another ability resets the cooldown of Rush, you want to make sure that you've already used Rush when you go to break the orb. Failing to do so will limit the amount of damage you can output. With that being said, you can break the orb using Rush, immediately resetting the cooldown. The combo that I like to use quite often is dropping the Flame Sphere on my enemy and then immediately casting Rush through them, hitting the sphere. I then cast Fury twice, giving myself a movement speed bonus and slowing the enemy, before casting Rush again to get out of range. This combo allows for the maximum amount of damage in the shortest amount of time and leaves you with an escape, because even if you miss the sphere with your Rush and fail to break it, your Fury ability will destroy it for you. If you're running away and you need to create distance as fast as possible, casting Flame Sphere in the direction you're running followed by Rush is a great tactic. Rush will destroy the sphere, and if it doesn't, you can quickly use Fury to hit it, allowing you to cast Rush again and gain more distance. Try to save Rush until the end of your dashes though, as the movement speed bonus is wasted while dashing. Rukh's ultimate is on another level. If you manage to fire off your full combo and drop your ultimate at the end before dashing out, there's a very little chance of any enemies surviving. A well-timed ultimate could completely kill off an enemy team. Alright, so it's time to talk about equipment. This is a purely subjective topic and equipment is quite randomized, so it's hard to get a specific build every game. With that being said, my recommendation for equipment is to rock as much spell penetration as possible, grabbing the Voodoo Doll accessory when you can. For runes, I like to run 5 mana runes for the additional damage while taking Disaster, Inertia, and Fortitude as my cards. Rukh is quite a strong champion, but he heavily relies on items as he's quite squishy. There's a few items that are exceptionally good on Rukh, but I recommend running a large amount of Purification and Speed Scrolls with a decent amount of Teleport Powder handy. This combination of items make you even more slippery, giving you 2 dashes, a teleport, 2 speed bonuses, a slow, a shield, and a way to get out of movement reduction, snares, and stun effects. Hopefully this guide has helped you learn a few things about Rukh. To view more guides, check out our website at royalcrown.pro.